Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, December 8th. Well, if you had December 9th for your snow pool, then you're looking pretty good right now. If you live in the I-95 corridor, it looks like the first accumulating snow of the season is headed to D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. It begins late tonight, after midnight, towards daybreak, and continues for much of the day on Saturday. There can be some residual snow early tomorrow night or just some snow shower activity as an upper level low passes by just to our north. But low pressure will pull out late today and tonight from the eastern Gulf of Mexico to the southeast coastline and then to a position just off the mid-Atlantic coastline by late tomorrow. And again, it looks like the first accumulating snow of the season for D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City. And that snow threat looks like it'll exist all the way down to the coastline of New Jersey as well as the Delmarva Peninsula. Let's get into the details now. Here's the current surface map. First of all, low pressure over the Gulf of Mexico right now. That frontal system that was a pattern-changing type of frontal system has stalled over the southeastern part of the country. This low will trek in this fashion right here to a position right around here by later tomorrow afternoon to a position off the mid-Atlantic coastline. Early in the week, it looked like the western edge of the precipitation shield would be right around the I-95 corridor. As we've gotten closer and closer to the event time, that has shifted to the north and west. If you've been following us for the last several years here at VencoreWeather.com, we've always talked about a kind of a bias in the models with coastal storms, and they typically will adjust to the north and west as the event time closes in. So not too surprising here. And now it looks like all of the I-95 corridor will indeed receive accumulating snow. Again, late tonight towards morning in some areas through much of the day on Saturday. Now, climatology argues against snow accumulating this time of the year in the big cities. There's a real reason for that, too. The western Atlantic Ocean, just to the east of here, certainly warmer than it will be in a month or 2 months or even 3 months from now. The temperatures of the western Atlantic will actually be colder in March, for example, than they are right now. And what that does is it makes it hard for boundary layer temperatures to stay really cold, to stay below freezing. And indeed, we'll have highs probably in the mid-30s for the most part. Should be cold enough for the snow to accumulate. It's a very cold air mass for this time of the year, but it's not nearly as cold as what's coming by the middle of next week. Well, let's take a look at the U.S. radar. This comes from AccuWeather.com. The snow is represented on this particular map in blue. And very interesting, snow all the way down to Louisiana and southern part of Texas, all the way down to about Brownsville, Texas. Quite amazing for any time of the year, but especially before December 10th. I mean, this is rare that you see snow down in Louisiana and the southern part of Texas this early in the winter season. Again, low pressure right now is situated over the Gulf of Mexico. It'll drive to the north and east to a position right here off the mid-Atlantic coastline by later tomorrow afternoon. Snow pushes in. The steadier snow pushes in late tonight, excuse me, and continues through much of the day on Saturday. There certainly can be a snow shower or two preceding the steadier snow, but again, the main period we're talking about is not rush hour tonight, but late tonight after midnight towards morning into the afternoon, perhaps even to the late afternoon in the immediate I-95 corridor region from D.C. to Philadelphia to New York City. Right now, expectations are for accumulations on the order of 2 to 4 inches in and around the big cities, perhaps 3 to 6 inches in places like the Delmarva Peninsula, interior sections of central and southern New Jersey. Again, they'll get a little bit more in the way of total precipitation amounts as you get a little bit closer to the coast, given the fact that this is a storm that will be sitting off the mid-Atlantic coastline by late tomorrow. Well, let's take a look at the latest GFS model run. This is from 6Z. Excuse me. And first we'll look at the upper level pattern, the 500 millibar vorticity. All of this is crucial to the development of this surface low. As of the current time, we have kind of a strung out area of upper level energy extending from New England all the way across the Ohio Valley into the southern part of Texas, northeastern part of Mexico. Let's now move forward here. By tonight, you see kind of an intensification of this upper level trough over the south central U.S. And then by tomorrow, we have a wave of energy diving across the Great Lakes into the Midwest, and it kind of tends to phase in with this original vorticity area or area of energy during the day on Saturday. And then by tomorrow evening, quite a healthy looking upper level pattern. Compared to a few days ago, this is a little bit more ominous looking, hence the increase in snow totals for the big cities in the I-95 corridor. It not only makes the low pressure area a little bit stronger than compared to model runs earlier in the week, but it shifts, it expands the precipitation shield to the north and west. So kind of a vigorous upper level pattern now, setting the stage for the first accumulating snow of the season for D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City, and areas all the way down to the coastline. Let's keep moving forward here. By Saturday night, early Sunday, precipitation winds down. Sunday, just a windy and cold day, especially for this time of the year. High temperatures in the 30s for the most part. It stays cold on Monday, and then we're looking upstream and another vigorous area of energy associated with the next cold air outbreak, which will be a significant cold air outbreak for the midweek time period in the I-95 corridor. This wave of energy digs pretty far to the south, and it's very likely to set off the development of low pressure, especially for the northern Mid-Atlantic and the northeast U.S., and that could result in more snow Tuesday evening time frame, and all of that will be followed by very cold air for Wednesday. This is the upper level pattern late Tuesday night into early Wednesday. Again, a significant low pressure area should form over the northeast U.S., and the likely result will be more snow, especially from the Mason-Dixon line up to the north, including New England, perhaps even down to D.C. We'll monitor that. First things first, let's worry about the system for late tonight and tomorrow. But this snow, whatever falls Tuesday evening, will be followed by brutally cold air for this time of the year on Wednesday. High temperatures are likely to hold below 30 degrees in many parts of the I-95 corridor from, let's say, Philly to New York City, perhaps a low to mid-30s in D.C., way below normal for this time of year. Well, let's now walk through the surface forecast maps from the 6Z GFS model run. Again, all the radar echoes right now across the southeastern part of the nation, including snow in blue here all the way down to southeastern Texas. Let's move forward here, and we'll see that low pressure scoots off the southeast coastline by late tonight. Snow starts to move into the D.C. metro region after midnight and probably reaches Philly and New York City by daybreak tomorrow, and low pressure heads towards just off the mid-Atlantic coastline, and you have setting up kind of your typical comma-shaped pattern here on the north and west side of a low-pressure area. Bona fide storm here coming with snow extending all the way down from the extending from the interior parts of the Carolinas, where they will get significant accumulating snow across Virginia into Maryland, Delaware, the Delmarva Peninsula, New Jersey, eastern half of Pennsylvania, all the way up to New York City, eventually extending all the way into New England. Again, here we are early tomorrow evening, that typical comma-shaped pattern of snow on the backside of a coastal storm. Again, 2 to 4 inches in the immediate areas of the big cities of D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, perhaps even a little bit more just to the east, Delmarva, interior sections of central and southern New Jersey on the order of 3 to 6 inches. This could change somewhat later today. Any kind of a shift more to the north and west or intensification could increase snow totals here. And there's an outside chance that things shift to the south and east, which would reduce snowfall totals. So stay tuned to VencoreWeather.com. But again, there can be a residual snow shower tomorrow night with the passage of the upper level system, and then we'll look upstream for the next threat that comes around Tuesday evening time frame, and that will be followed by very, very cold air for this time of the year by the middle of next week. Again, high temperatures will struggle to reach 30 degrees in places like Philadelphia and New York City on Wednesday. So the first accumulating snow of the season coming late tonight and tomorrow. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.